Stop waiting until you are arguing with your significant other before telling them how you feel. Don't wait for that. That is one of the biggest issues, okay? And I see it in men and women. You have trouble telling them how you feel. Um, so you end up spewing it out when you end up in an argument. You're like, well, I can't stand that this, and this that you're doing or that is going on, and I'm sick of this, or I feel like blah, 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 blah. When your significant other, you just robbed them. You robbed them of their safe place because you're their safe place, and vice versa. When they feel, they need to be able to express it. And by no means should it be an attack or feel like an attack, but sometimes a lot of us can feel like it's an attack when it's not. It's just our own triggers from our own trauma. Definitely use your discernment there to figure out which one that is. The main focus here is you need to be upfront. So, the best way to really express how you feel if you are struggling with it, if you don't know how to tell your significant other how you're feeling, the best bet here is to don't tell them while you're feeling it as a start. You'll learn how to do it while you're feeling it the right way when you get there, but we're baby steps here. So, the first thing you're going to want to do is, when you're in a good mood, okay? When you're in a good mood and they're in a good mood, everyone's in a good mood, that's when you want to talk about it. That's when you want to be like, yo, lately I've noticed that you haven't been doing work around the house and it's making me feel like I'm the only one who cares about this house now. I know you probably do, but that's just how you're making me feel. You can say what you're trying to say when you're at a calmer state of mind, when you're at a better state of mind, you know what I'm saying? Instead of being in an argument on how much this is hurting you when you took that away from them when they were just sitting there trying to express how they were feeling. That's one big, huge thing, too, is when your partner is trying to tell you, and in your eyes, it may look like what you're doing wrong, but they're not saying you're a bad person or this, that, and the other thing. Usually, 9 times out of 10, they're just trying to express how you've made them feel. And you can do something about it. Number one, just allowing them to be able to get off what they need to get off their chest and giving them that safe place to do so is just as important as making sure you tell them what's going on with you. That's just as important. You have to allow them to do that, and then later on you can kind of express how you feel. Or if you can do it in a calmly manner, defend yourself or whatever, but make sure it's in a calm manner as much as you can, okay? Because that's going to make the biggest difference. In order for you guys to be successful in a relationship, you have to be able to be each other's safe space, because that's what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be able to hold space for them to have their ridiculous thoughts that they don't really feel, but they got to a point where they started actually feeling that way, but because of something going on for so long, or you got to let them get the bullshit off of them that they don't really mean, so then we can get to the real problem. Or there's so many different situations, so it's really hard for me to have a go-to how to do it, you know what I mean, because every situation is different. But bottom line is, make sure you express when you're in a better mood, not when they are trying to express. If you guys agreed, to have a certain time each week to express those concerns, that's one thing. At that point, you got to a point to where you can actually discuss these things without having some sort of argument, you know what I'm saying? But if you're not in that state, that's what you need to do. You need to allow the other person to feel everything they feel, say, are you okay? Or everything's going to be okay. Give them a hug, just be listener and support them, and and that's how they're going to be able, if you do it while you guys are if you express what's going on with you to them while you're in a better mood, and if they're in a better mood, bonus points, if they're in a better mood, they'll be able to have the capacity to be that safe space for you as well when you need it. You know what I'm saying? So that is my relationship advice of the day, my relationship do's and don'ts of the day. Leave a comment, give me your input, let me know what has worked for you, what hasn't worked. Let me know what's going on in your situation. If you have any questions, I can do a whole other video on that as well. I definitely want to be here and support you through the comments just as much as I am through the screen, because I'd much rather be commenting to you, talking to you, than talking to a camera. So also, like, subscribe, annihilate that notification bell. You know you're gonna want to, because my channel is all about helping you help yourself, and there's all sorts of different ways to do that. I love you. You got this. Keep going. You're amazing. Let me know come back too and let me know how that works.